Boa noite a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays EU4 for absolute beginners. We are back with Portugal, and with many options, although still relatively little manpower. So perhaps not quite as many options as I'd like. Let's just move these guys over there. It's one of our more developed provinces. Right, well, to start with, let's just see if there's... Alright, we're still building a manufactory. Fair enough. That's presumably on the way. Yeah. Okay, influenza. Quarantine the port. Always the best option. Just thinking about these diplomats we have. They're currently doing nothing. It wouldn't hurt to improve our relations with our vassals. Military access, no problem there. Okay, right. I'm not sure why you're there. You should really be there. That's where the colony is. Let's think about this. It's got these Tengri zealots. Not entirely sure why they haven't made a move on the main area. Okay, this is now finished. Which is a little unfortunate because I've got nowhere to go. So ideally we want to... Slightly debatable actually. I suppose ideally we want to go here because we can cover this entire area. So if you send the colonists there, but we're going to need to bring our ships back. I'm fairly sure they should be en route to the Americas. Oh, here they are. Alright, cool. So that'll be an army of 6,000 normally. They will need to rebuild. The ships aren't too badly damaged, I don't think. We can hopefully make the trip back because we do need to get our army across to protect the new colony. Okay, cool. So we're also going to want to make that into a core. Right. It's fine. Units suffered casualties, of course. Rebel uprising that we knew about. Another one that we possibly didn't know about, but I'm assuming it's to do with our new... here. I was thinking might give him a general, just to be on the safe side. Right, so Siberia. So we've got imperialism, and it looks like these two are together. The problem is we're going to need to fight these zealots as well as the actual nation, which isn't ideal. But at the same time, I don't want to leave it too long. Okay, what else? That probably doesn't matter. I don't think they will try to take our land. Just passing through, that's fine. Okay, what else? Well, we do need more transports. So, kind of a spice trade. Okay, that's fine. As we start to rebuild our army and even increase it, we kind of want to be able to make sure we can move everyone around. So that can go towards our naval limit as well. We have, that's very unfortunate. Do we still have the military access? Never actually cancelled that, did we? I guess I should have given them a general instead. Okay, so that army's been wiped out. Is this going to be a mistake? Problem is I don't really have any other troops. And those people are literally just going to sit there, aren't they? This is their entire range, so they're not going to try and take this land from us. Okay, brilliant. We've completed that estate. We have a new complete colony, which is this one. So that's fine, that's good. Ideally, we want one here. Just doing the usual there. Right, so I don't know if this is going to be a complete mistake or not, but I don't know if we have a huge number of options. Would this help? Gives us more prestige. Not sure. I mean, yes, prestige will be good. We do have issues with prestige. But there's currently nothing stopping us from gaining new technologies, so I think we might be better off doing that. All things considered. So, yeah. I suppose the only reason I'm hoping this might work is because the other battle didn't seem particularly one-sided. And this time we've got a general as good as theirs. So I'm hoping maybe we've got some technological advantage, although I have to say I kind of doubt it, because it's an uprising. I guess we'll find out. Doesn't look good. Fair enough, in that case we're probably going to lose this, which is unfortunate, and we're going to have to try to rebuild our army as best we can. And just look after the colonies. At least this time they haven't completely wiped us out, but that is going to slow things down enormously. So we will not be taking these lands, and we'll probably be losing this one. Unless we can build up enough of an army in the meantime. Right. Okay, well, I don't want to lose sight of that, but let me just build some more cannons and infantry. So hopefully we can put together an army that can maybe take that land before it secedes. Okay, brilliant. So, you get onto those ships. I want you to head over to the new colony. And we will send a second new colony. I go here. Just to keep them together. Keep our lands together. There's a sort of land bridge here. If you remember these, your land troops can cross as long as there are no enemy ships in the region. So, it's at least doable. At least sort of consider these to be one unit. More imperialism. Okay, so while we're at it, keep going on the Navy. I'm going to make some more heavy ships to bolster the Pacific Navy. If we achieve nothing else, maybe we can at least reach the naval force limit, considering we've got quite a bit of money saved now. It'd be nice to think it's something we could do. Some more transports. The Navy. Right, brilliant. Back up to here. I believe our new colony is going to be here. So we should send the main army there. Just in the meantime, it's whether we can build up an army big enough to dislodge these separatists. On here, might just improve relations with Australia. Doesn't need it. They'll probably be straight back. It's worth a try. I'm kind of worried about the size of this army, to be honest, as well. So once we've finished coring them, which I think we're about to do, might be worth trying to build things up a bit. Could do with reviewing, really. How about estates? Now that we've finished the manufacturing in Algarve. Okay, so they want another magnificent house of worship. Nobility is worried about the depletion of our manpower reserves, so they don't want us to make war. I understand what they're saying. And the burghers want us to claim the rest of Athabasca. Okay, well let's check where that is. I don't think we have any control over that. However, I suppose we could risk it. We could subsidise the nations involved, and what the heck, the rewards are pretty good. So it's risky because we can't control it. But if we give some subsidies to these two nations, hopefully, just wait for the diplomat to return, hopefully they will actually do that colonising for us between them. Labrador and Portuguese Cascadia. So that estate might, without us having to do anything. Extra cardinal, always good. Okay. It's not a huge amount by our standards, but it should make a difference to them. Okay, brilliant. Right, we should try and get these navies together. Lost a general. Not expecting the heavy ships to be done yet. Okay. So, Cabo de Boa Esperan has a supply limit of 61. I'm just checking these are just transports. They are. We're not accidentally adding trade ships or anything. We're still expecting an uprising any second. Yeah. It's a problem with taking land. Right, I would like to get both of these armies into one place, combine them, and then split them. So I've got two armies that are very similar. Probably turn out that the uprising will happen just when the army's over there, but never mind, gotta do it sometime. Okay, we finished coring these two provinces, so I do want to try and build this army, because I think it's going to need it. Where are we actually at in terms of force limits? Right, we've got plenty of room. So, cannons and infantry, in effect, is what we need. We're mostly looking at uprisings, so we could probably get away with making them even numbers, but of course we hardly have any manpower, so 2 cannons is going to have to be it. I'll have to hope for the best. Right, let's follow you with the navy just in case we do need to move you very quickly. Good, good. So keep it up. I think we now have a papal blessing. So prestige we definitely need, we're on plus 74 and we're losing it all the time. Plus until we've rebuilt the army properly, we still don't need money. The reason I'm not spending this, because I would love to get plus 3 advisors all around, is I want to get our navy and army up to their respective force limits and then see where we're at in terms of income. Colombia neighbours, that's good. We're getting on well with our own vassals. Well, our own colonial nations, where it doesn't hurt. Right, so we've now got a combined army, we can actually all fit here. I'm going to split it in 2, and I'm going to send one of them back over here. Along with the actual navy. So that's the army that I'm planning to put down the inevitable uprising over here. When it happens, oh brilliant, technology. So this is what we're waiting for, military technology. We're now on 22, which is an improvement. I'm hoping to get ahead of some of the other nations now, especially some of the smaller ones. But we'll see. Right, we also want to build a few universities because that will help us to stay ahead. I think. So, don't want to go insane on the universities. But we also want to be able to embrace the Enlightenment early, rather than late, which I suppose would be another use for our pots of money. Right, well we want one fairly central, ideally. Maybe there, and there. I might leave it at that for universities. So, what else? Are there any things we can make that would make us richer? I suppose is the other thing. So make a couple more infantry. Also, we should check on the Siberia. That's helpful. Just take us over to Labrador. Right. Okay. Not sure we're going to manage this in time. We don't have a military power to get any better generals, so we're just going to have to try it. I do wonder if we'd be better off being defensive, actually. This may be a mistake. It was a mistake. Not doing very well today. Well, if nothing else, at least it'll rebuild. Just whether it'll rebuild fast enough to keep these guys from getting this one and coming straight over to attack us. Really could do with keeping an eye on their movements right now. Please tell me this colonial nation's coming to help us. I think they are. Thank goodness for that. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Portuguese Columbia. Now we've lost an administrative advisor. We have a lot of +2 stabilities. Fair enough, yeah. Let's get one of these cheaper ones, because 2 of them are cheaper. If you remember, we got them through an event. Done another conversion, which is good. Let's keep at it. Alright, this is good. Making a bit of progress. I'm going to move here. It's good to see that they're attacking Cusco now. But we'll keep our army here just in case they come back. Hopefully by the time they've finished over there and they do come back, we'll be dug in defensively and we'll have recovered our army. I mean, it's only going to be 8,000, but still a bit better. Looks like they've got a castle actually, so it could take them a while. That's good, so hopefully that will be enough. Right, what should we do next? We definitely need to annex someone, I think. Because we're not getting that as an option ever. Let's annex these. The reason I'm not going for these is because they're kind of like a buffer state between us and these two, so even though this is our most recent one. Ditto with these to some extent, I suppose, although not to the same extent. Actually, let's annex these as well. Give us the option to build more allies. Plus, we'll get their armies. So, seeing as our main issue is manpower at the moment rather than money. Oh, brilliant. Gain a bunch of prestige which we badly needed because of our offensive ideas. Cool. So one of the good things about the idea groups is that they often come with positive events that randomly fire, sometimes negative events as well, but it's nice when a positive happens. And it's also the reason I don't tend to go for, what is it, espionage ideas? Because they seem to be almost overwhelmingly negative, which kind of outweighs the positives you get from them. I suppose kind of realistic in the sense that you get a bad reputation as a nation because you're known for constantly spying on people and stuff, but it does kind of, from a game perspective, leave you thinking there's no good reason to go for espionage ideas. Okay, right, we're going to side with someone. The burghers currently have least loyalty of the 2, so let's go with them. That's good, we don't even have a disloyal estates warning. Okay, I think these are all the heavy ships we were building, which is good. Hopefully Once they've finished over in the other area, we can take stock and see what state our navy is in overall, how many more ships we need. Probably quite a lot. What are we doing down here? Still rebuilding? Getting there? Oh, brilliant. I think we've finished our heavy ships here as well. Okay, that's good. Let's move all the new ships over so we've got them all in a single fleet. So the idea here is to have two fleets, one kind of centred in the Pacific and one kind of centred in the Atlantic. So it means I do a lot of travelling. And of course, because we're in the high seas, I'm completely ignoring the galleys. They have benefits on inland seas, but we will rarely be in inland seas as Portugal. We're mostly on the high oceans. So, oh, this is good. Spain's having a bad time. Go Majapahit, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. I'm a terrible ally sometimes. Not to worry. Okay. Just thinking about making money again. Might try and build the odd workshop. Just like to have a few in this part of the world. What else do we have? Okay, so also, as well as picking the actual places, we can pick them from this list, which is in order of how valuable they'll be, which is pretty much the green figure, really. So I'm just going to do all the ones, say down to 18. Just because we've got a lot of money at the moment, and that will help us make more money regularly. So I think that's actually all the ships built. So we've still got quite a way to go for our naval force limit, and we still have quite a few sailors. Still got a way to go for our army force limit as well. We probably do have enough troops to dislodge those separatists now. We just build one more because we have enough manpower finally. So I'm thinking I might try and make a decent sized trade fleet, maybe in this part of the world, that's not going to shut down when there's a war. Heavy frigates this time. I'm not even sure if they might not be the final type of trade ship that you can get. Certainly pretty powerful for trade ships. So okay, can do all of those. Not sure how many it is. We'll bring them all together in one fleet, and I'm not going to give this one the... have it in that area somewhere, and it won't shut down when there's a war, so it'll help keep our finances going. I might start doing that with more of them, actually, simply because it'll also allow us to refresh our ships, because some of them must be very out of date. Okay, still need to build up the army down here. It's just manpower. It just takes forever, which is why one of the recommendations, which I usually fail to follow, is to use mercenary troops a lot, because they don't cost you manpower the same. Right, I'm going to try and bolster you as well for when these guys come back, although it does look like they've taken this area now. So they could come back any second, but our main concern really needs to be over here. Let's get a new general. Doesn't look as good as theirs. But at least we've got the right numbers now. Nothing else, so we're going to have to temporarily leave his colony undefended, which I'm obviously not delighted about. Everything takes forever in this part of the world, I think, because it's so big. Cool, keep it going. Let's try to get as much religious unity as we can. Ooh, interesting. That, I think... Oh, I see. No, fair enough. I was thinking there was some kind of bizarre disaster coming, but what it is it's these guys. They're close to enforcing their demands. Here we are. Yeah, so we definitely need to get our army over there and at least try to take them down. We should also ideally dislodge these pirates, but seeing as we don't own this land anyway at the moment, I'm not that concerned. Okay, has the king just died? They always give these in the wrong order. Okay, now I think we do have a stability modifier advisor. Yeah, which should make it cheaper for us to improve stability. So let's boost that by 1. I might even boost it again once we have enough administrative power. In theory it should cost less admin. France is sowing discontent. We really should start responding in turn. Okay, right, looks like we just about had enough troops to defend this area, which is a relief. Got some annexed subjects, which is good. Okay, it's heading over to help, but they don't need us, which is just as well, because I don't think we would have got there in time. Brilliant. So we've seen off the first major uprisings in this area. I do like the Aztecs flag. Not Aztecs, Inca. I suppose it's the Cusco flag, isn't it, at the moment? Nice. Come on, troops, march over. From Commonwealth. Might need to try and get a marriage with Spain if they're not offering one. So part of the reason for the annexation is because we can then make some new allies to help us with Kilwa and possibly France. A whole bunch of imperialism. Unfortunately, we're kind of stuck in the doldrums of trying to overcome the separatists from the lands we took last time. Okay. Self-sufficient colony, brilliant, let's spread out. Make it into a state, call the province. Great. Not sure what Spain is currently colonising. Might be these islands, I suppose. They're probably going to make a move on Papua. Still, they might lose this area, so that's something. Okay. Just hope we actually win. Looking good. Wonderful. We're finally back where we started. So I guess we'll just keep this army here until the province becomes ours again. There we go. conversion done. Right, we need to send you over to the colony. So the idea is we're now going to head west of the colonising as much as possible, although taking these provinces is back on the menu now. Still a little confused by this though. Oh, that was very cheap. But not to worry, we'll leave them be. Oh, that's a trade fleet, isn't it? So we don't have to worry about that. What I do need to worry about is Armada Pacifico. I'm going to send them there. Oh, good. Because basically they'll take these pirates out, which I don't think they'll have any problems with. Okay, we apparently have enough prestige now to become Defender of the Faith. Don't really want to though. It's a great way to be dragged into other people's wars. And it's not really what we're about. I suppose we're reaching the point where we could reasonably be about that if we wanted to. It does help with a few things. Prestige and stuff. But at the same time, I'd rather focus on our trade and colonialism. Okay, so we've got a trade fleet of 11. I'll send them on a mission in this area. So, Malacca. Why not Malacca? And this time I'm not going to choose this. So, first time I've done that. So basically when we go to war, which often won't even be here, they'll just carry on trading. So we won't lose income the same. Might even do the same with these. We've seen this part of the world particularly, maybe the ships won't be too powerful, although actually. But then that is a trade fleet again, so who knows. We'll see anyway. At the end of the day it might just mean that we need to rebuild our navy a few times. Right, okay, so next. We need to work on our relations with people. So, look at Bohemia and Austria, Switzerland and Provence, maybe Great Britain as well. I think they consider us a rival, but at the same time we're probably not going to attack them anytime soon. Ooh, Gallic Separatists. Nice. So yeah, let's do some European powers first and then we'll start working on the nations around Kilwa. Okay, so this has given us some more troops as well. So ideally, I would like to send the navy to pick them up, bring them down to near Kilwa. Just checking there's no trade ships. Okay, so we now have a navy of 66 there. And we've also finished building our ships, so how far do we need to go? We need 26 more ships to reach our naval force limit. Said 26. 5, 6. There we go. Hopefully I'll be able to find them all again. But that should put us on track for fulfilling that mission finally, and we might actually get claims on Kilwa. Possibly even permanent ones. And not need to worry about spying. But we'll see. We'll bring those troops down here, hopefully divide them equally. among these two armies. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I was looking at the military force limit. Okay, that's me being stupid. Right, so we've got far more ships than that still to go. Ah, dear. Right, okay, let's do some transports to bolster those numbers a little. And maybe we'll even look at making a big European trade fleet, but to be fair, I might wait till we've built these ships first. It's very hard to keep up with your naval force limit as Portugal. I mean, obviously we've never tried until now. But, never mind. Right. So what actually are the advantages? It's currently Spain. Get extra military, extra morale. Yeah, I mean it is tempting, but at the same time, I really am not keen to be dragged into wars. I'm surprised we got through this whole session without being dragged into any wars, in all honesty. So we've still got this hanging over our heads. It could turn into a serious problem, potentially. Or not, maybe. Oh, actually no, because we've got this being colonised. So that might even be what we need. That might even do it. So, we'll see. Out of our hands now anyway. So this colony is also full. Finished. So if we just move them across, get this one. Honestly, starting to even hope that we might be able to get Papua as well. Right, this should have been part of the Malacca mission, so hopefully they'll just join them now. There's probably another Malacca mission somewhere. There they are. Right, let's turn off the go to a friendly port. So I'm just assuming that they can survive if there's a war. Just it gets quite costly doing relatively minor wars and having all our trade ships stop whenever it happens. And the rest, okay, that's fine. Hoping we will have enough administrative power to boost stability again. 192 we need. So that's fair enough. Okay, I think I might be moving towards leaving it there actually. Which didn't really do much apart from putting down rebellions, but it's got to be done unfortunately. It's the side effects of the last game. All the lands we took. One thing I do want to do, just while I'm noticing, we have some castles and we should ideally have the most up-to-date castles we can get. But then how close are we to getting military technology 24? We're not that close. I know I'm being a little bit wasteful in terms of money, but I would like to know that I can rely on the castles we've got. I think that might be all of them actually. A lot of our lands aren't very castle heavy, so it doesn't make a huge difference anyway. Okay, I think the colony finished before we were even able to get back, which is frightening in itself. We've got some terra incognita here. Now we could try to get a conquistador in order to unearth it, but I think that would take us over our leader limit. Okay, I didn't actually want to do that. I'll get the leader back. Yeah, we're only allowed 2 leaders at the moment. So I'm thinking instead, let's colonise this land and hopefully it will just become uncovered over time. Which I think is probable. I mean, it obviously raises the risk that Ming might colonise it first, but most of the nations around here probably don't have any colonists. One of the big ones that does is Russia, but I don't know if Bukhara's cut them off. They get colonists just as part of their national ideas. They don't need to take exploration ideas. So yeah, that should be fine. Of course, we may want to look at conquering these nations anyway, but I will leave that until next time. So yeah, we'll get to stability 3, which might stop some of the uprisings at least. Oh, that's an interesting point. I haven't actually checked this for a while. The government screen. We're actually able to promote some more cultures. So I don't know if you remember us doing this. Did Moroccan and Khoisan. But it's worth promoting cultures when you can. So let's do Berber. Yep, it's going to cost us diplomatic power. Bornean and Sulawesi. So that should make those cultures less likely to have uprisings. I don't think it'll help with our current problems, but it might help for the future. You never know. Okay, great. So yeah, so we'll get to stability 3, which might make uprisings less likely, although we do have enough armies around to hopefully deal with any that do come up. And we'll pick up this army, which in fact we've already reached the point where we can do. Hopefully be in some kind of position to actually look at finally attacking Kilwa. Maybe we can finish building the navy to the force limit. I don't know, to be honest though. We're so far away. Might be worth attacking Kilwa before then. But yeah, so hopefully we can take Siberia. We can get our army back up to full strength, and we can get our navy up to full strength, and then we will have a better idea where we're at. Seeing as we do have some manpower spare, I might just let's just do another one there. There we go. Just want to keep them going, really. Yeah, this should help as well. The more our missionaries work. We have an air, not a very good one, unfortunately. I'm half considering Defender of the Faith simply to get the missionaries done sooner. Because you do get an additional missionary. Let's try it. I may regret this when we're dragged into a war by someone who would normally be an enemy. But there you go. Let's try being Defender of the Faith. At least it'll give us more papal prestige, although it might cost us more in technology, doesn't it? But it might be worth it. We will see. But let's leave it there anyway. So next time, stability 3, conquering Siberia, possibly making allies to help us conquer Kilwa and isolate France a bit more and make us less dependent on Spain. And yeah, hopefully that state will get fulfilled and we can start looking at others and just see if we can get up to our naval and military force limits. And then we can actually get on with the business of conquering the world and being the main trader. You know, we are slowly running out of time. This only runs till 1821, I think. So we're getting there. But also Age of Absolutism is kind of a good time to be conquering people. But we'll see. Leave it there for now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.